Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 149 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
You tell me.
Good.
Are you good?
Nah, I'm kind of tired. Just got back from the beach, like literally hours ago. Poor me. But yeah, we went down to Florida for 4 nights with the baby. Our first real trip with her. It was good. It was fun. It was an experience. It definitely...
the drive was an experience, I assume.
The drive mainly, yeah. But it's weird not being able to just be like, hey, I'm at the beach. I'm just going to do nothing all day. Like, no, you're still kind of... I mean, not kind of. You are very much on the baby schedule. And when the baby's done, you're done. And it was different. I still loved it. It was great to just get away for a few days. But I'm back. I'm very, very tired. But I'm good.
Good.
Can't complain, I guess.
Good. I'm okay. I mean, I'm me. I'm like, how well... I've got a cold, if you couldn't tell by the sound of my voice. My voice. That's a nice shirt you got, Sean.
Thanks.
I like that. If y'all didn't know, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast where every week two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, you should hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with your friends and family. We've been racking up some views these last few podcasts.
We have. Go us.
Shout out to all y'all. We appreciate that. Part of me thinks that it's just because we launched a Patreon that it's like it gets more I don't know what it is. There's something.
The timing was curious.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, they lined up perfectly, but
yeah,
not going to complain.
Yeah. Speaking of Patreon, if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, just like our Two Player Co-op producers Steve Appleton and James Solar did, as well as our Two Player Co-op affiliate at Lefty Logie himself, Logan Wilkinson. Logan, we love you, brother. Be strong.
We love us some Logan. He's
the best.
Relax. Nothing's wrong with him.
No, nothing's wrong with him, but I think some stuff's going on or whatever, but Logan's the best. And yeah, he's awesome, whether he's writing, podcasting, doing Let's Plays of horrible Crash Bandicoot. Logan's the best. We've known Logan for over 3 years now, I think. I think it was like February of 2016 when our my infamous review of Gone Home went live. That's when he found us, and somehow he stuck around. He's been here ever since. And Logan, we love you, brother. Seriously, you're the man. Also, speaking of Patreon, our first ever bonus episode. I can't even believe we could. Again, like, not to sell ourselves short, but it's just funny that we've been over this.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nah, I hear you.
Our first ever bonus episode for $10 and above patrons went live last Friday. We went through our top 10 favorite consoles of all time. So if you want to get that, and again, it'll always be up there. You can always, if you pledge $10 10 months from now, it'll be there and you can catch up on all the bonus episodes no matter what. But we went through our top 10 video game consoles of all time. That was a lot of fun. It's something we've been wanting to do for a while, and we finally broke it out for Patreon. If you like merch, like I was going to say, I meant to do this. I like that shirt. Sean has made me like, I need a Firewatch shirt. Like, I've been talking about getting a Firewatch shirt forever. But then I see Sean walk in with this. I'm like, well, crap. I screwed up. But if you don't want to screw up, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop if you would like to support us. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/2player_co-op. Yeah, I got you, fam. I don't even... We get Smark Shooters. Go find it on YouTube. I don't know if it's still...
We don't not exist.
We exist, but it's been... we've all been super busy. Nick's out of the country now. Ernie's super busy. Ernie's over 35,000 now, so we'll see. And we did actually get a podcast question this week, and it comes from the homie, James Solar, and he said, quote, "Is Kevin ever going to watch Thor Ragnarok?" The answer is I have not yet.
Putting you on blast.
And I will say, y'all are starting to make me not want to watch this movie. I'm going to be real. Like, it's now, I'm turning into Colin with this. Like, oh, everybody wants me to play Metal Gear Solid 5. Screw you. I'm going to play Mad Max instead. Mad Max Game of the Year. Shut up, Colin. You're an idiot. I love you. You're an idiot. I'm just kidding around. I just don't have the time. We'll get to why I didn't watch it this past week, because there's an old game that I've now officially hooked on. Will I watch it? Yes. Will it be before Disney Plus?
Probably not at this point.
Because I bought another game this week that was finally on sale that I can't wait to play once I beat this. I bought an old game two old games that are on sale. Once I beat this other old game, I'm probably going to play that until Link's Awakening comes out. I cannot wait to go back to that, and I cannot wait for Link's Awakening. I'll get to it, okay? Stop pressuring me, James Solar. Okay? Okay. Love you, brother. So Sean went to the beach. Yes. He survived. While Sean was at the beach...
I burned my foot. Not on a Foreman grill, just on the sun. But other than that, hey, if I can go to the beach for 4 days and just have a little sunburn on my foot...
At least it's the top of the foot. If somehow you burn the bottom of your foot,
I've talked to Brittany about this. Is this possible? I laid on my stomach where the bottom of my feet were up. Obviously, I don't put sunscreen on the bottom of my foot.
So who knows?
My feet are nice.
I'm not saying... I didn't mean it as an insult. I'm saying, like, I think most...
No, I know. But, like, can you burn the bottom of your feet?
I would think so.
I mean...
Maybe not like the heel and the ball.
But the middle?
Right. The middle, I think, would burn, like, super easily.
But I've never put sunscreen on, and I've spent plenty of time...
But because you'd be slip sliding all over the place if you put sunscreen on your feet.
But I've never been burned on the bottom of my foot.
How hard have you tried?
I mean, I haven't tried to get burned.
Now, when I go to the beach here in 5 weeks, I'm going to burn the bottom of my feet.
Just lay on your stomach for, like, 5 hours with your bottoms of your feet up and just see if they burn.
I can do it. I won't. But I could.
I won't.
But while Sean was at the beach...
I would if I could, but I can't. So I won't. Well, I could, but won't.
Should,
but
shorn.
Kevin, what part of short did you understand? Shout out to The Office.
I've been watching, like, again, I was saying a couple weeks ago, every time they put up new Seinfeld episodes on demand, I'm just watching them. It's like 1 and 1A. It really is. Like, Seinfeld doesn't make... We've talked about this a million times on here, but now that I'm going back and watching a lot of these old episodes, it doesn't make me laugh out loud, but it's like, I can't even put it into words that it's just like, yep. Because it's a show about nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, like like you were saying, Seinfeld... Seinfeld? I can't really think of... I'm sure there are some... The first one that pops into my head is poor Pincus, poor little Pincus. And that's not even meant to be that funny, but like to me it's one of the funnier things in Seinfeld.
With us, yeah.
And
I watched The Parking Garage. That is...
But see, that's a classic episode.
Oh, the one I watched. So a lot of people... before I forget, what a lot of people complain about Seinfeld is that it wouldn't work now because of cell phones.
I mean, you can say that about anything.
Well, but one of the episodes I watched last night was the Jerry's trying to get back and forth between the two comedy clubs, and Elaine, George, and Kramer at this movie theater.
Yeah.
If you had a phone, it's like
just text.
Hey, I'm on my way. Whatever. We're at the Paragon, not the Paradiso. Whatever it is, like. But that's a very specific case where cell phones would ruin the episode. Overall, I don't think it ruined Seinfeld, but I just had to say that.
I just think when you think of the best Seinfeld episodes, I mean, The Parking Garage is obviously a very famous one. I could watch that right now, and without trying to stifle myself, I probably wouldn't laugh out loud once.
It's just so
it's
relatable.
Just a good show. It's weird because it's a great show, but it's almost just that, yeah, it's more just being relatable. It's more just being well written and well done and everything, as opposed to being funny. But it's a sitcom, and it is funny. It's just not laugh out loud funny, and I don't know. It's just... I'm sure it's not a very popular opinion to me, I put The Office above it. It's a close second.
I do put The Office above it, but they're right there. One of the things I've noticed going back and watching these episodes, I think the funniest parts are for me is where they're like 7 or 8 takes in and they're like, Jerry's not going to get through this, so let's just we're keeping it, whatever. And you can see like Elaine is getting pissed at George or something, and you can see Jerry start to have that.
Right.
He gets that like half grin where he's like, I'm trying to keep it in character. And it's just like you can tell he's about to break. That's what makes me like, oh my God. And then, I mean, Kramer's Kramer. Kramer's awesome. Yeah, but anyway.
There's this one episode, not to go way off on a tangent, but maybe you'll know what I'm talking about. It's right before like the end of a scene where whatever, and it changes. And it ends with they're in Jerry's apartment. Jerry and Kramer are talking to each other. And Jerry says something. And Kramer says something back to the effect of, well, what are you going to do about it? Or something. Like, Jerry says something to Kramer, like there's something wrong with Kramer. Kramer has to like fix something, but Kramer's response is something to the effect of like, well, yeah, that's a problem. What are you going to do about it? And then audience laughs and they're just like staring at each other. And it just seems like they hold that shot for a little bit longer. And you see Jerry start to crack and then before it like changes to the next scene. And they just leave on that shot for like it's not that long, but probably 2 or 3 extra seconds than it seems like they should have. Right. And you just see they're both just staring at each other. They're just like trying not to break. And then they find it's just little things like that are good. Kramer's obviously just ridiculous. I think George is maybe the funniest part. I'm George Costanza. I mean, unfortunately. Yeah. He's Larry David.
Yeah.
And once you get to know, not like I know Larry David, but once you like, and I've never really watched Curb. I need to, but just like the more I find out about Larry David, you're like, that's George Costanza, and it's just that just made the show so much better for me. And I do need to watch Curb, but I just don't know where to, and I don't want to sign up for HBO again, and I don't know. It's a great show. It's basically perfect.
It is.
I just think The Office is
a funnier. Yeah, I think so. But other than Seinfeld, I also this weekend watched AEW All Out, and I do have to say, this is one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in recent memory. Probably going back to like WrestleMania 30, honestly. Like it was that good.
Better than Double or Nothing.
Yes, I think so. I think the stakes were higher. And if we would have had Omega versus Moxley, it would have put it over the top. Like Omega and Pac. By the way, it's Pac.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I don't like that.
Brandon Stroud was like, I thought it was POCK. I'm like, okay, me too. I thought it was Pac too, but it's Pac.
What is the significance of that? Like, where did Pac?
I don't know if it stands for something. I don't know. He's the bastard Pac. So I'm like, it doesn't stand. I don't know. Just call him Neville. In my mind, he's still Neville.
Yeah. That's his real name, right? Or is that not?
At this point, I can't even.
Adrian Neville.
Neville, yeah.
Was that like a stage name or?
I think it was.
Oh, well then. So maybe Pac. Is that like his initials?
But again, X-Pac.
Paul Allen Christopher.
But like X-Pac.
Right.
So that's why I call him Pac. But anyways, like.
Pac-Man.
Okay, good point. That's a good point. The only thing I will say, so there were 8 matches. 6 of them were bangers. The only 2 that kind of dragged was the Best Friends versus the Dark Order. Was just like.
I heard this Dark Order is just kind of like nobody cares. Is what Twitter seemed to say.
Twitter was like, especially like WrestleView and some of these other sites were like crapping out. You could. I just went some of these sites when I'm reading them. I'm like, okay, you just want anything that's not WWE to suck.
You can tell the difference. Yeah.
I thought the match was fine. I don't think Dark Order is that bad, but then, and I don't even know Orange Cassidy. I just know Orange Cassidy's a big deal.
I like that dude.
The lights go. Where the frick is he? Ring of Honor? Where did he come from?
I want to say yeah.
Okay.
I've forgotten that he hasn't already been on AEW. Right. Honestly, I didn't realize because I see all these clips of him online that I've now gotten to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen him in AEW, but I haven't.
The lights go out when the Dark Order minions are taking Trent Beretta to the back. They come back on, and Orange Cassidy's sitting there in the ring. Everybody goes freaking nuts. And I was like, I know that guy. Who's that guy? And it was until Excalibur, whoever, said, oh, my God, it's Orange Cassidy. I was like, okay. And he's got his hands in his pocket. Yeah. And he's just like, I'm going to bounce off the ropes with my hands in my pockets. I'm going to do a suicide dive. Hands never leave my pockets. I check out the whole Dark Order. I get back in. We're 3 best friends that you ever could have, whatever. It was great. That the match was okay. The women's match, that is one thing that I do think WWE does better right now than AEW is the women's matches. They don't have a Becky Lynch. They don't have a Charlotte. They don't have a Bayley. They don't have a Sasha at this point. They don't.
I think the little I've seen, I mean, it's not a very big sample size, but to me, I've been just as much, if not more, entertained by the AEW women's matches. But it doesn't seem like... And WWE is not doing their women any favors lately. I think maybe with Sasha back, like I think that'll help. The matches are usually... It's just booked so terribly.
This match was just... This was like the crowd was dead. I didn't care. Every near fall, I was like, oh my God, I don't care who wins. Yeah. Obviously, Nyla Rose is going to win for many reasons. She's going to win the championship on the first TNT show. It's obvious. But I'm like, just get this over, because we still had Cody versus Spears, the ladder match, and then the title match. I was like, this is the proverbial like P-break match. Yeah. But Jimmy Havoc is insane. Joey Janela is insane. Alan Darby. You put those 3.
I mean, those 3 should.
Did you see any GIFs or anything from this match?
I saw the barrel thing. I saw the.
He looked like he was broken in half.
Sunset. Not what. Yeah, I guess sunset flip thing over the ropes through the table.
Did you see the staple gun?
The staple gun.
The tacks in the mouth and then duct tape his mouth shut. The ollie with skateboard with thumbtacks onto his back. I was like, and again, rest of you was like, oh, this isn't wrestling. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you're just pro WWE, and that's fine, but like, I don't want to see every match like that. That's why I never got into ECW that much back in the day. It was just too over the top. But if you got 1 out of 8 matches is like that, okay, it's fine. Who cares?
Well, it took a while until I actually saw a video and not just a GIF of the barrel thing. Because all the GIFs I saw, he literally just goes, wee, smash. I'm like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Then I saw a video that started a few seconds before, and they're like, oh, there was somebody there, and they moved, and then,
Yeah, it was just the way they framed it, but that match was nuts.
As if that guy hadn't moved, that the other dude would have been fine. I mean, he was dead either way, but like the Cody and Cody and Shawn Spears match was great. Arn Anderson could still do a spine buster better than anybody in the business. The tag match was everything I wanted it to be. It went on at about 10 o'clock Central, I think. And by then I was like, I'm getting tired. But like Daniel had gone to bed and Jess and Jordan went to bed. I was like, I'm watching by myself. I don't even care. What did Daniel think?
He was like, what is the best reaction for him was when the triple threat match with Jimmy Havoc and the craziness. He was like, what the wrong with these people? I'm like, I don't know, but I love it. It's cracker. There's barrels everywhere and there's but he got into it a little bit. But one of their best friends in Chicago wanted to go to the show, but he couldn't get, because it sold out in 4 minutes and tickets were ridiculous on the aftermarket, so he couldn't go. But he's like, oh my God, I'm so jealous you're watching it. He had a good time, but he went to bed after Cody and Shawn Spears. The tag match was insane. Jericho Hangman was what I thought it would be, and if we would have done a prediction show, Jericho was my pick. Would you have? I know you wanted Hangman.
I wanted Hangman, but it
just makes too much sense. If you're going into your first TV show, you got to put it on Jericho, period. But the match was really good. It was funny when JR was like, Jericho's in the best shape I've seen him in years. I was like, that boy is thick. Like,
he can still go, but he can
still go. But if he dropped 20 pounds, he'd be awesome.
Yeah,
But like, I don't know. The match was really well done. The way it's like Brian Alvarez tweeted, only Chris Jericho could get a back elbow over as a finisher. And when he hit it,
like it.
When he hit it, I was like, I don't like that move, but I was like, that's his finisher. I stood up out of my chair. I was like, oh my God, he's going to do it. And everybody in the crowd was like, oh my God, he hit the Judas effect. 1. I was like, he did it.
I think it's stupid.
It's stupid, but like the code breaker when Hangman jumped off the top rope, that was insane. There was some of these spots. That was the other thing. Some of these spots, especially Pac and Omega, they kept jumping to the side where the barricade was like 2 feet from the ring, and it's just iron, steel, whatever barricade. And like, did you see when Pac did the moonsault and both his shins?
No, I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Both his shins landed on the steel barricade. I'm like, you could tell he was actually hurt. Like his kick pads, you can't protect yourself from that. But overall, it was great. The next pay-per-view is not till November. I'm so interested to see what actually happens when they go to TNT. I don't know who challenges Jericho. I guess it's Cody, but like, I almost think they should run it back with Hangman, but there's, like I was texting Sean off the air, I'm like, they are very heel heavy right now. There are no top-the-line babyface. Like, Hangman just got beat. There's Cody.
Well, what they could do is have on the first
October
2nd have CM Punk show.
I know what you're going to do.
I think it's over.
I think it's over.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like I tweeted after it went off the air. I was like, well, by the way, that was really annoying that Jericho's sitting on the ramp holding up the title, and you can hear in the background, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as he says 1, you get the little chyron in the bottom right that says a copyright AEW. I'm like, well, you just, like, I know nothing happened and nothing was going to happen, but the fact that I can hear you counting down
you
off the microphone was like, what the hell? But, yeah, I'm done fancy booking Punk. I'll pick him to win the Rumble. Yeah, it was great. Sean.
Yes.
You're not going on blackout for episode 9.
I'm not.
What'd you think about this trailer?
Exactly what I said to
Logan.
Yeah, it was Logan. It looks good. I mean, it looks great. It should be great. You could make an argument. It's no matter what you think of. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but as obviously big and iconic as Star Wars is and has been for over 40 years, this should be, I'm not saying I expect it to, but it should be, it should have been, yes, this should have been at bigger least than Endgame and then some. Like, this is ending, not really, but, you know, Star Wars. We've been building this for 40 years. Now, it's basically in just like 3 little parts over those 40 years, but like, and I just don't feel that way about it. I think it's going to be good. I don't really care what happened. Nothing. You've already done the whole I'm your father thing. And it's like, I'm guessing Rey is going to end up being Luke's daughter. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. I've thought that since before I even saw episode 7. Like, I'm just expecting it. It may not happen, but I just can't think of anything that could happen. It just seems like with Endgame, you knew exactly what was going to happen. Maybe not the specifics of certain characters' fates, but like you kind of knew that the good guys are going to win. And yet I still couldn't wait to see it. And I just whatever. This, I have no clue what's going to happen. I assume it's going to end on a happy note, but maybe not. It can't just end like something has to happen. Other than, what's his name? The bad guy. Yeah, him. Kylo. Other than just Kylo maybe dying. Or, like,
I'm not even invested. If he does
die,
I don't even care.
Invested in like any of these characters. I really don't care at this point what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to watch it probably opening night. But it's just because I almost feel like I kind of have to. Like, I want to, but if I walk out of there and it's like, I feel like if I'm still talking about that movie 24 hours after I see it, I'd be shocked. I feel like I'll just see it. I'd be like, that was pretty cool. I wonder what episodes 10, 11, and 12 are going to be. Like, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I'm not nearly as excited as I feel like I should be.
I was way more excited for episode 8, and then episode 8 happened.
Yeah. After 7, I was feeling good. I'm like, okay, we have something here for this new trilogy.
Because when I go back on on our old podcast, you're like, episode 8's going to be great. They can't screw it up. It's Star Wars. And I was like, I agree, but don't forget the prequels. Now, I wasn't predicting episode 8 to be what it was, which at a minimum is the most divisive Star Wars movie ever, even more than Solo.
Well, here's kind of what I'm worried about. I mean, this is just, I'm grasping at straws here. I'm not saying that they would plan it this way, but just to have balance in the universe.
In the Force.
In the chronologically, the first trilogy, I'm guessing pretty much everybody agrees the last one was the best.
No. A lot of people, I don't know that a lot of people, I think everybody agrees episode 2 sucks. There are people that say 1 is clearly the best, and I think it goes.
It's a terrible movie. It's got Darth Maul. It's got
and that's it. Why'd you kill him?
Fight scene.
I listened to a 3-hour podcast that Colin did with his brother about Phantom Menace, and both of them had better ideas of how to end that movie than like either Darth Maul kills Obi-Wan, the beams go up, and he's like, "Peace out. I can't beat you." Or, I mean, Qui-Gon, I can't beat you, Obi-Wan. I'm getting out of here. You save him for 2, save him for 3, whatever. But, like, or once Obi-Wan falls and he's hanging there, instead of, like, him flipping up and doing all this crap and then cutting him in half, peace out, I'm done. I'll fight you another day. Like, Jar Jar's everywhere. I hate episode 1. I do think 2 is worse. I think it goes.
I don't remember much about 2. I feel like 1 is better just because of Darth Maul, and that's basically
and
it.
Duel of the Fates, yeah, and Liam Neeson. But like you and I are in the same boat. I think 3 is by far the most underrated Star Wars movie that there is. I think it 3 gets a bad rap. That's what I'm saying. I think
they ended it perfectly, but whatever. The last one of the first 3 is the best. The middle one of the second 3 is the best,
and the first one of the last 3.
I'm worried that 7. Not that 7's a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. I think it peaked with 7.
Yeah.
If 9 is better than 7, I will consider that a huge win. And that's not to crap on 7 at all. 7 is a very good movie. Yeah. Being better than 7 is nothing to poo-poo at. But I'm not expecting it to be better than 7. I'm expecting it to be better than 8.
I mean, how could it not be? Like,
I feel like just literally nothing happened in 8.
Except they screwed everything up. You had the slow. It's like
the slowest car chase in space ever, where somebody's just trying not to run out of gas. 2 old
ladies in wheelchairs. I'm gonna get you.
It's when the old people are chasing George and the rascals down the sidewalk.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And it's like, okay, Luke's alive. He teaches Rey. And then he just disappears.
He's a friggin' punk. He sucks. He's drinking green milk, and he's like, thanks for my lightsaber. Throw it off the cliff. That's not Luke.
Right.
And then there's Leia. Spoiler alert. I don't even care. It's 2 years old at this point. I'm dead. I get blown up. Perfect way to die. Even before we knew Carrie. Carrie Fisher is the queen. She's awesome. But you had, she took a freaking rocket to the face, to the windshield, blows up, and she's floating in space, and then it's like, magic fingers. Ooh. What the hell was that? What was that? And then Yoda's like, nice to meet you, Master Luke. A bonk! I'm dead. I'm a ghost, but I'm going to hit you in the head. I'm going to strike down lightning. That movie sucks. And the more I think about it, the more furious I get. I'm going to watch it again before 9 comes out, but I'm going to hate watch it.
7 ended so well.
Yes.
And everybody's just I cannot wait to see how 8 begins. And then you begin it with slapstick humor of
Can you hear me now? And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I remembered the trailer when they were like, this isn't going to go the way you think it's going to go. And I was like, I don't think this is going to go the way I thought it was going to go. Can you hear me now?
No. I don't even remember that.
That's what Poe Dameron's talking to General Hux is his name. Huxtable. And he's like,
oh, God.
He's like, can you hear me now? He's like, hello, Mr. Poe Dameron. Can you hear me? Poe. And he's like, I don't know. Can you hear me now? And I'm like, the rest of the stuff was cool with dropping the bombs. We've never seen anything like that. That was kind of cool. But the humor right off the jump, I was like, that this is not right.
I forgot about that. I was more talking about, because I was thinking it started right off the bat with Rey and Luke and him just throwing the light and just like, I'm like, oh God, like this should have been so good and so epic, and Mark Hamill literally threw it away.
Mark Hamill he's been on record saying he had major issues with Luke's character, but I feel like Mark should have just been like, what the hell are we doing? This is Luke effing Skywalker. People have wanted to see me for almost 40 years now. You teased me at the end of 7 for like 30 seconds. And this is what you do. I finally get my lightsaber back and I go, whoop! Now let me drink some green milk. Like, the more I think about that movie, the more I hate it. Like, it's
like basically all that happened in 8 of consequence is Rey learned how to use a lightsaber. Is that all that 8 accomplished? Oh, and then she uses the Force at the end and she moves the rocks or whatever. But like, we needed a whole 2.5 hour movie to.
The only redeeming part of that movie is the fight with the Royal Guards.
Yeah,
that is beautiful. That is one of my favorite fight scenes ever.
There's something that will ruin it. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh God,
there's a clip online. And maybe it's something they've since edited out of the movie. I don't know. But it was something that somebody saw in the movie where one of the Royal Guards, I think, at least in the caption or whatever, it made it sound like Rey missed a cue or something.
Was she like Bailey? Armbar!
And you see, like,
arm drag.
Royal Guard has her, like, dead to rights. And it's like, and she's, like, looking the other way. And he's like, meh. And he just, like, stops as if she was supposed to turn and, like, block something. And she didn't. And he's just like, oh. And he just like stops midair when he could, and it's just like, like I agree. That's like probably the best part of the movie. That right. And let me see if I can find it.
There's a lot of people that are now. Do you know what the theory is with Rey? With the whole dark Rey thing? Obviously, she's not going to the dark side. It's either I still think it's just a vision.
It's got to be.
But what a lot of people are saying is there could be clones. Attack of the Clones.
Really?
There was something that was in the expanded universe about clones, or no, it goes back to not KOTOR, but one of the like the Xbox era Star Wars games had clones involved, and a lot of people thought for a while they would clone Rey to try to trick people into thinking Rey had gone to the dark side.
Yeah.
By the way, when I read, she's got a dual lightsaber like Darth Maul, I was like, that sounds awesome, and then I see it in action, and it's like, whoop. I'm like, that looks stupid. It's like an old flip phone. Like it doesn't look cool at all. I'm not happy about this. Also, I think spending half, like the trailer was like 2.5 minutes, and you spend like 1:15 focusing on all the other movies. That kind of makes me think you're not confident at all in this movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like they did that with episode 3. I want to say that one of the trailers for that kind of focused on 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and then new stuff from 3. But I could be making that up. I'm not sure.
I'm not able. I'm going to keep looking.
All right. We also found out that the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series does take place 8 years after the end of episode 3. So Luke is an 8-year-old kid.
Okay.
I can't wait. Cannot wait. One more trailer before we get into video game news. The final Joker trailer was released, and then randomly everybody started reviewing the movie, which caught a lot of people off guard. It's at about an 86 on Rotten Tomatoes right now. This trailer, this is one of those movies, kind of like Shazam, actually, that like I've done a complete 180 on. When they announced it, just like Shazam, I was like, why are you making this movie? Okay, Zachary Levi's good casting. Joaquin is Joaquin. He can do Joker, but why is this happening? We don't need a Joker movie. First trailer I really liked. This trailer completely sold me. A couple of quotes he has in it. All I have are negative feelings. And then he tells Robert De Niro, hey, when you introduce me, call me Joker. Right then I was like,
that was awesome.
Do you know what they're going to do?
Yes.
They're going to do it.
The Dark Knight Returns.
They're going to do Dark Knight Returns. Like now, if they don't, I will be a little bit disappointed. I've actually didn't want to read too many of the reviews because I don't want anything spoiled. But if they don't do the Dark Knight Returns late night talk show scene, then I don't know. I am so in for this movie. Like, Joaquin is going to kill it. They're premiering it at all the film festivals all around the multiverse and all that. Like, this went from me thinking this movie was a bad idea and not caring about it to being intrigued to being, oh, this looks like it'll be good, to now over the moon excited. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. Like I said, Rotten Tomatoes, 85, 86. There's not a lot of reviews yet, but clearly this is a very, very good movie.
I can't wait for it. And I remember
you were even more down on it than me. Yeah.
Yeah. When I first saw this, I'm like, I don't know. I don't really buy Joaquin. Like, Joaquin's one of those guys. He's almost like Tom Cruise now that I find it hard to take him seriously. And like,
well, it's because he did that stupid that mockumentary thing for like 2
I think that's
years
when it started
with Casey Affleck. Yeah.
But it's just, I can't, he's like Tom Cruise squared now. Like, I just can't take him serious. Like, when I look at Gladiator, like, he was awesome in that.
Yeah.
And now it's like, he's kind of just weird now. But this looks unbelievable.
This looks disturbingly good.
And it looks, to its credit, it looks enough not DC, comic book movie to where it's going to get, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Like, it's going to get kind of like Dark Knight where, yes, it's going to be looked at as just a good movie, a great movie, hopefully, as opposed to just a good comic book movie. Yeah. So this is what I found. This is not what I remembered, but it's probably it. So Royal Guard guy has these two little dagger lightsaber things, and then he's basically got her dead to rights and could have and almost look like he goes, just stab her in the back. But the thing it just disappears. He just doesn't have. He's got two of them. And then he just, I don't have it anymore when I could have just stabbed her in the back.
He lost his kyber crystals.
Like, come on. I don't know.
That scene's still fantastic.
It's great, but that just kind of ruined it for me.
Go back to Joker, though. You know the guy, when Joker's laughing and then the old white guy punches him? You know who that is?
I remember when I saw it that he looked familiar, but
no. Do you know who the character is?
Oh, the character. Then I don't know.
Thomas Wayne.
Oh, I did see that Thomas is in this and Bruce is in it.
I think Bruce
Alfred
is a kid. We're not getting Batman.
Yeah, he's
we're not getting Batman. That's for sure. But that's Thomas Wayne, and like, like, oh, it's gonna be so good. And then you see his poor mom's like, I don't know. The one thing I don't know is who is the antagonist.
I have no. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not Robert
De
Niro. Is it just? I guess the antagonist is society. Is what I think they're going for.
But you need to have.
It may be Robert De Niro is the embodiment of that. I don't know.
I've been wondering about that. Like, what is the struggle? Like, it can't just be the downfall, the downward spiral. Yeah, descent into just whatever of Joker. Like, he's got to have somebody to play off of. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe this just totally flips the script, and I just don't see how you can have, unless it's Thomas Wayne. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe he plays a bigger role other than just punching Joker in the face. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they do with that. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I almost think maybe you don't need it somehow.
Right. Well, I did see an interview came out today with Joaquin that he said he went, quote, mad.
Yeah.
Losing all the weight for the role. Like, when you see him, that one shot when he's like this, it's just so freaking freaky looking, and he's so skinny, but I cannot wait. I cannot freaking wait for this movie.
Yeah.
I'm way more excited for this than I am episode 9.
Yeah.
Which is completely messed up, but it is what it is.
I cannot think of another movie that is confirmed happening.
I mean, for me, it's the Batman, but we know nothing about that. Robert Pattinson's in this new movie with tassels, and I'm like, Rasan loves to tweet, and I'm like, he's like, hashtag Batman.
I'm more excited for Joker than I am of anything else that I know is coming. And that includes the Batman, because I'm not a believer in the Batman yet. Not that it's happening or not.
No, I know.
I do believe it's probably happening.
I know.
I just can't. I do think Robert Pattinson will be fine.
But we don't need
know.
fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have more confidence in Matt Reeves than I do Robert Pattinson. But because I have the confidence in Matt Reeves, then I should have confidence in Robert.
Yeah. I've learned to just stop
caring,
overreacting to seemingly poor casting choices.
Yeah.
And it's all Batman. Because
it is every single time.
It's always around Batman. Is it like, I don't even remember all the hate that Heath Ledger got.
I remember.
But like, obviously,
I didn't even see Batman Begins in theaters because I was like, Batman and Robin was the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. I'm never watching another Batman movie. I was like, who's Christopher Nolan? I had seen Memento, but I was like, I hadn't seen actually, I think The Prestige came out after Begins.
Yeah. But
I had seen Memento, but I didn't know the name. And I was just like, who's this Christian Bale? Like, I hadn't seen American Psycho. Like, it was just, it didn't click for me. I had such a bad taste from Batman and Robin that I didn't care. And then I'm like, now this is the Joker. I had heard about the post-credits thing.
Yeah.
Or like, and it wasn't even post-credits. It was like
the end.
The end of the movie. And I was like, Joker's coming. Cool, we get a new Joker. Heath Ledger. Or I was just like everybody else on the internet, like, are you freaking kidding me? That's the Joker. And then clearly I was wrong.
Like, it was Heath Ledger, and then it was Affleck,
which I was wrong about. Gal Gadot, I was wrong about.
See, I didn't have a problem with that. Then it was, I'm not saying in order, but then Pattinson. And for me, honestly, Joaquin. I didn't buy him as Joker. I'm just like, this is just so weird.
I bought him. I didn't buy the idea of the movie because I think Joaquin is one of the best actors we have and have had for a long time. I didn't buy the idea of a Joker solo movie that I was like, I can't see it. And the director's the guy from The Hangover. Like, this just, it was more that I kind of thought like Joaquin will kill it. The movie will suck. It seems like hopefully I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of outside of Batman, or for you, maybe just outside of DC. Like, I can't think of a single Marvel casting that I was like, what?
They haven't casted anyone wrong. Literally anybody.
But I'm saying even when, yes, it's turned out that way, but there's never even been one that I was like, I can't see so-and-so
I will say
so-and-so.
I think when Chris Evans got Captain America, it was he was horrible. He was in Phone Booth, and then he was the freaking the Human Torch in those crappy Fantastic movies. Like, I think he was the one. Robert Downey Jr. I was like,
well, that's perfect. Like, he was made for that.
He's got major issues. This is his comeback story. That guy can definitely be Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But after, I didn't care about
Tom Holland, maybe, but now he's like,
Holland,
that's my Spider-Man.
But once I saw him, I was like, he's perfect. He's literally perfect.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yes.
Have you been able to play anything this week?
No. Even before I went to the beach, I was in OKC for work. I brought my Switch to OKC. I brought my Switch to the beach. Didn't touch it either time. I literally haven't played anything. But I'm anxious to hear your thoughts.
I played a game that Sean let me borrow last week, and the game is not Kingdom Hearts 3. I have already left that in my dust. I'll go back to it. But Sean let me borrow a game that I have wanted to play for 9 years now. And I don't know why I never bought this game. We were talking about it off air, and it must have just been that's when I started having kids, and I was kind of slowing down on gaming and stuff. But that game is for the PS3, and that game is 3D Game Heroes. I still think the name is stupid.
The name is awful.
Just call it 3D Heroes. Or, like, games shouldn't be in there. I don't know. But if you're not familiar with this game, it is a love letter to Zelda 1, I would say. And it's with all these little pixel-based voxel kind of graphics and stuff. And it is beautiful. And the big thing, the one thing that always made me a little bit nervous back in the day was instead of having, if you've got full life, instead of having a beam sword, you have a giant freaking take up the whole screen sword, depending on what sword you have and if you level it up and everything. This game is everything I wanted it to be and more.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this game. You start out the game in a dream sequence when you find out that the sword you have to get is in the sacred forest instead of the lost woods. You go up there and you kill a couple guys and you get it. The king talks about how people are sick of 2D games, so I made everything go 3D. And it's like... I
forgot how meta it was.
It's such a commentary on games at that point. At one point, somebody tells you it's dangerous to go alone. Please take this. And I'm like, I'm going to cry. I can't even take this. Do you remember that Navi is in this?
No.
You have a little fairy. It's like, he doesn't go, hey, listen. But he's just there, and it's kind of, he's really just there like if when you walk into a new dungeon or you talk to a sage or something like that. He kind of talks, and because you don't, it's again, it's just like Zelda. You don't talk at all.
The silent protagonist.
And I didn't realize you can change the camera in this. There's 4 different camera angles.
See, I had forgotten that too when you told me.
So there's like if you picture like Zelda 1 and you drop the camera about 60 degrees, so you're looking at Link, but it's still a little bit raised. That's the default. You can raise it up a little bit, which is the one that I did. You can raise it up again, so it's almost top down. But for some reason, it just didn't feel right to me in this. And then the next one is just like, it's like zoomed in on you. Like, it's like if the camera was right here behind me. And that was like, no, I can't see anything. So I did the camera angle that I settled on. It seems like it's like what A Link Between Worlds HD is going to be. Is.
Okay. Wait, what?
What?
Link Between Worlds?
Sorry. Link's Awakening HD. You're like, wait,
did I miss something?
Link Between Worlds HD is coming? So there's 6. So basically, again, 9-year-old game. There's 6 sages in 6 dungeons that you have to rescue to get 6 orbs to bring light back to whatever. I don't even know who took over the world. It's just like, and it's called Dotnia because 3D
because
dot
of course.
Whatever. Yeah. You have hearts instead of apples. Or I mean, you have apples instead of hearts. If you fill up your life meter, like I said, that's what gets you the big sword. I looked up the wiki for that because I'm still using the ancient sword, and I'm in 3.5 dungeons in. And I'm like, where the hell are all these swords? And there's like 15 different swords you can get. And one of them was like, after you beat this temple, do this. After this temple, do this. Change in these small blocks to the king to get this sword. I'm like, okay. So I finally got the hook shot in the desert temple. And there's a cave a little bit to the west. You go in there, you hook shot, beat this like Cyclops guy and a couple other guys. And then you go over there and you get the holy sword. So I did that. There are parts of the dungeons in this that are a carbon copy of Zelda 1.
Really?
Do you remember? I know you do. But so the first dungeon of Zelda 1.
Yes.
When you go up and around, you go up here. Before you go over to the Aquamanus to fight him and stuff, you can go up and over to get to the bow and arrow, I think it is.
Yeah.
And when you go up, there's like, it's the room where you go in and it's kind of, it looks like a swastika or something, but it's with the water around it. And there's the mummies and stuff. That room is in the first dungeon.
Really?
Yes. Like, or actually it might have been the second dungeon. I don't remember, but there are so many homages to Zelda 1 in this game that it is just like, this is everything I wanted it to be. I don't know yet. So there's 6 dungeons. I'm into the 4th dungeon now. I kept dying yesterday before our fantasy draft, and I didn't have enough time to beat it. The game isn't overly difficult, but I think it's a good difficulty. And one of the things I like is that if you die in a dungeon, you just start back at the beginning of the dungeon, which makes sense, except you start with full health. Now, you don't get all your magic back. The only time I use magic is there's a power-up you can get that is it's a reflector thing.
Okay.
So if the whiz robes, you can't hit the whiz robes with your sword. You have to use this reflector magic to reflect their beams back at them to kill them.
So it's like Zelda 2.
I've blocked that out of my memory. But Like, that's the only time I use it. And whenever you kill them, they drop green apples, which fills up your magic meter. So it's like you never have to worry about magic. The bosses have been pretty good so far, the 3 that I've fought. The world is pretty big. I love this game. I'm going to see it through, and I'm going to beat it hopefully this next week. Life is life. I'm going to be busy this next week. But I really want to beat this game. Like, this is... Does anything that I'm saying jog your memory at all? Like, have you not played this since you first got it? Like,
I've played through it one time.
Okay.
I feel like I played it kind of late, but it wasn't that late. I'm trying to think of even where I was living when I played this.
But you did beat it?
I don't know that I beat it, honestly. I don't know why I wouldn't have, but... I don't know, because the way, even what you're describing, like I realize I've forgotten so much about this game that even if you beat it and told me what the ending was or what the final boss was, I probably wouldn't remember it anyway. So I don't remember beating it, but it also seems weird that I wouldn't have. So I don't know, but it is making me want to go back and play it.
I think you're going to need to go back and play this. Like, it's so much fun. I will say it is so weird. Also, to play this game, if you didn't see my tweet, I had to find my PS3 first, which I thought I knew where it was, and I looked around a little bit, then I finally found it. The power cable for my PS3 didn't work anymore. So I had to get my... Luckily, it has the same power cable as the PS4.
It's backwards compatible.
Yeah. So I hooked that up. Also, I had to charge my DualShock 3, of course. My DualShock 3, that controller sucks.
I don't like it. Just feels cheap.
It's
and
so
light
it just feels like a baby toy or something. It's horrible. As good as the DualShock 4 is, every controller that came before that, we didn't know it at the time because we didn't have the DualShock 4. The 1, 2, and 3, they suck. Like, I get it why people loved the Xbox controllers back in the day. Other than the Duke, like, I get it because those were not. I still say the D-pad on those controllers were great, but everything else, like the feel of it and the cheapness and whatever. Oh, it was just not good. The game crashed once or twice. It just randomly, I'd be like, oh, there's a bush. I'm going to see if there's any coins in there. I'm like, okay. Well, okay, hold down the PlayStation button. Great, nothing's happening. All right, shut down the whole PlayStation, boot it back up. Happened twice in a row. So I was like, I'm not going to hit that bush on that screen again. I'm going to get through that screen, save it, and keep going. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I'm glad I'm finally playing it. Again, it's a game I want to play for 9, almost 10 years now. So I'm glad I'm playing through it, and it's not disappointing at all.
That's good. I do want to play it now.
You should. Sure. 50-something minutes in, you want to get the news of the week.
Yeah, it's about time.
Telltale Games is kinda back from the dead. This comes from IGN. Telltale Games is being revived as a new company following the purchase of all its assets, including the back catalog rights to licensed properties The Wolf Among Us and Batman by LCG Entertainment. As reported by Polygon, this new Telltale Games is being run by Jamie Adderley and Brian Waddle. Adderley was the founder and CEO of Galaxy Pest Control, which worked with such licensed properties as Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers, while Waddle had previously ran sales and marketing for the Havoc game engine. By the way, that was the other thing. When I actually found my PS3 and fired it up, I was so happy because I guess if y'all been listening to us for a long time, a couple years ago, my PS3 died and I had to reset it and just clear it out and reboot it. Apparently at that time, I downloaded DuckTales Remastered. I didn't know that I did. I thought it was gone forever because I didn't go back and download it before it got delisted. I do have DuckTales Remastered. Don't die, PS3.
I'm thinking I probably still have mine. I don't know why I would have deleted it.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a big game that I would have needed to get rid of to free up space. So
Adderley confirmed, quote, some workers from the original Telltale Games will be offered freelance roles with full-time positions possible in the future, end quote. In addition to The Wolf Among Us, which was scheduled to get a sequel, and Batman, the new Telltale also has full rights to original Telltale games like Puzzle Agent. In addition, Adderley confirmed that, quote, there are some other expired licenses we are looking at. While Audley said that, quote, it's possible the new Telltale will pick up some stories where they left off, unquote, they're still evaluating how they will handle each property going forward. There was no mention of the status of other previous Telltale Games properties like Borderlands, Game of Thrones, Guardians, and Minecraft. However, the Walking Dead license is now owned by Skybound, and Stranger Things rights have reverted back to Netflix. So those won't be making a return to Telltale Games. Blah, blah, blah. Some other stuff. So this is a weird one. Like when I saw this, I was so happy just because I saw Telltale Games, at least the name was getting revived, but it's being bought by two guys that had nothing to do with Telltale Games.
Right.
They're saying, yeah, people that used to work here can get hired as freelancers, and maybe down the road they can be full-timers. But hey, we've got Wolf Among Us and Batman. And just hearing Batman, of course, is enough for me to go, yes, because I want to know what they would have done next. Like season 3, I think they would have done a trilogy. I think the way season 2 ended, 3 would have been the last. But also, then I'm seeing people tweeting. I'm like, yeah, can you imagine if you're a Telltale employee, you got fired a year ago or whatever it was, your company's liquidated, and then it's like, oh, hey, we're back, well, kind of. And if you want to work for us, you can. As a freelancer, you get no benefits or anything like that. Like, I'm so torn on this. Like, and I don't even know that anything will actually come of this.
It may not.
I don't think it will. But I would love to get Batman Season 3, but I don't know. I know you definitely soured on the Telltale Games style.
Yeah, it's... Nothing about it was that much fun to me. I'm like, I'd almost rather... I can appreciate Batman Season 1 for the story. I thought the story was good, but the choices you make, they don't matter. Like, maybe they change... Do you end up with Harvey Dent or do you end up with Two-Face?
Yeah.
But he does the same things regardless. Like,
yeah, it's exactly
no matter what options you choose, nothing. I'm guessing season 2 is the same.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you try it. You can't try every possible
From what
thing,
I've
but
heard,
like,
well, there are things that, but you still get to the same endpoint.
Right. So it's not really choose your own adventure. It's choose your own. Just how do you want to answer this question? Okay. Well, this is going to happen regardless. Whatever. The first game was just so buggy for me that I just kind of lost interest. I don't know. I'm happy for people that are happy for this. I don't really care, and I kind of, like you said, I don't know that we'll ever see any of these titles again.
Yeah.
Anyway, this just seems so weird to me, and I don't know. Something's not adding up.
I almost think they reformed this hoping that someone will want to buy The Wolf Among Us and Batman.
Right. It almost seems like they're just trying to do it as like a business deal more than actually to revive anything.
Yeah, my thoughts are I don't think we ever actually get another Telltale Games game, which sucks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Lots of Shovel Knight news were announced this past week. Sean, this comes from IGN. Yacht Club Games has announced Shovel Knight Dig, a brand new game and adventure for the titular character from 2014's Shovel Knight. That's how long they've been working on all these Kickstarter things. And has also revealed more details on King of Cards, Showdown, Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight Amiibo, and new features headed to Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Announced by Yacht Club Games, Shovel Knight Dig is also being worked on by Nitrome and has been in development for over a year, although it has, quote, quite a ways still to go. Following Drill Knight and his, quote, dastardly digging crew blasting apart Shovel Knight's peaceful campsite, end quote, wow, and stealing his loot, Shovel Knight grabs his shovel blade and begins chasing after them. Players will, quote, jump, slash, and dig their way down an ever-changing chasm of mystery in Shovel Knight Dig. Shovel Knight Dig features glorious high-color pixel graphics and sound, and fluid animation, scaling, rotation, and parallax. Now, that's a throwback right there, is parallax. Which makes this adventure feel a lot more like a SNES game as opposed to the original NES style. While Shovel Knight Dig's levels have been, quote, meticulously crafted, each adventure will be different as they are, quote, stitched together using proprietary generation techniques for infinite replayability. As players dig deeper with the shovel drop and speed shovel, they will gather wealth, which can be used to upgrade Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight Dig will also feature new characters and enemies, including the aforementioned Drill Knight and the brand new Spore Knight. While no release date has been announced, attendees at PAX West are able to try out a new demo on Sport Knight's stage, the Mushroom Mines, that will be playable on the Switch. In addition to Shovel Knight Dig, Yacht Club Games gave further updates on King of Cards, Showdown Amiibo, and much more. The Amiibo 3-pack featuring Plague Knight, Spectre Knight, and King Knight will be available in December 2019, and each unlock new customs in Shovel Knight, Boomtech, Plague Knight, Lick, Lord Spectre Knight, and Ultimate Supreme King Knight. The Amiibo will also make the costumes available in Showdown. That's the Smash Bros. Thing. And will unlock new platforming challenges within each game's challenge mode. Lastly, the Amiibo will also unlock a fairy friend that will follow their player throughout their adventures. As far as other new features, Shovel of Hope, Shovel Knight's main campaign, will add a third option for character pronouns, allowing them to choose they or them if they so choose. I don't get it. Why are you not a he or a she? You're a they or them. This is not me being stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's if you're neither he nor she and you just want to be called they or them.
All right, yes. I get it. Players will be able to earn Shovel of Hope feats while playing co-op. Plague of Shadows now has an Alchemy Quick Select option, and Spectre of Torment will gain 5 all-new platforming challenges. Blah, blah. Lastly, the King of Cards campaign is, quote, completed and coming soon, although no further release date was given. A physical Xbox version of Shovel Knight Treasure Trove has been announced alongside PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch, releasing in December. So we got a lot of Shovel Knight news here. I've seen some people reporting that the King of Cards campaign and the Smash Brothers Showdown thing are out in December. But I haven't seen Yacht Club say that yet. They've just said that the new Treasure Trove physical release is coming out in December. I can't imagine but actually, my God, we're in September. Yeah, I guess it could be December at this point.
Yeah.
King Knight, now that I've finally seen how it plays, did you watch the trailer at all?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's different.
It's going to be better than...
Well, okay, yeah.
What was the one? Plague of Shadows. Will it be better than Spectre? Probably not, but I don't know. It could be. Dig looks beautiful.
You can tell this is what we want. We wanted 16-bit Shovel Knight, and I don't know that I wanted it in this package. So,
is this what I don't like? This is not still part of Kickstarter, right?
No, this is a new game. Yeah.
Why, in the name of God, just do Shovel Knight 2?
I know.
The formula's there. You nailed it with Shovel Knight 1. You got the graphics, the engine, whatever you want to call it, for Shovel Knight Dig. Just give us Shovel Knight 2.
A side-scrolling thing, not
like
a
you
down-scrolling.
you almost finished everything that you promised with the Kickstarter. We can move on from Shovel Knight. Give us Shovel Knight 2. I'm hoping maybe this Dig is not really a full game and it almost serves as like a prequel or preamble or a tech demo or something of Shovel Knight 2.
Yeah.
Showdown, I don't know. I
think it'll be fun for a Let's Play.
Yes, exactly. And that's about it.
We'll both get it for free because we've got the Treasure Trove, so we'll do a Let's Play and whatever. But it seems like it's based around collecting the gems. It's almost like collecting your final Smash thing, bouncing around in Smash, but it seems like it's whoever gets the most gems. It seems like knocking people off the stage doesn't even matter. It's just about getting the gems. King Knight's campaign, I worry about it because it seems like it's very much like, I don't even know how to say this, but like dash focused. Like you jump and you dash into enemies and then it's still like you were saying, it's not like the stupid Plague Knight where you're just dropping bombs on everybody and it's just, I don't think I'll know until I actually play it.
Yeah.
But I can't see it being better than, it won't be better than Shovel Knight. I can't see it being better than Spectre Torment.
I'd be shocked.
Shovel Knight Dig, if this was at least...
This game, I'm not saying this game won't be fun. I just want Shovel Knight 2. This game may end up being fun. I don't know.
What worries me is all this procedurally generated talk.
I don't understand.
I don't want a
roguelike.
I don't want that. Just make a game Build the game you want to make. I will never understand procedurally generated
who
stuff.
cares if you're going down and you play through once and the course goes like this, and then you can play it again, but instead this time it goes like this. Who cares? Is that really adding that much fun and enjoyment to this? Like, no. I don't understand. If you want to make it procedurally generated, fine. But my God, I hope that doesn't require a whole lot of extra work to do that.
Think what I almost think, and I need to research this more, so if I'm wrong, don't berate me in the comments. I almost think it's easier to make procedurally
You almost
generated.
just create like an AI
and
almost.
It's just like you create all these different rooms and it stitches them together in different patterns.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't get the appeal.
I mean,
if it's easier on the creators, sure. I don't think it cheapens the game. I don't think it makes it any worse by any means, but like to tout that as like this big infinite replay value because a room may be in a different order than last time, like who cares? I just don't get it.
I will say it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
If this is our hint,
that's what I wanted Shovel Knight 2 to look like. So I'm holding out hope. They're introducing new characters.
Yep.
Like it seems like there's more to this.
Yeah, this could be a prequel. The one thing that's funny is when you think of, it's funny how the sprites shrunk. Well, at least Shovel Knight's from Shovel Knight 1 to Shovel Knight Dig. He shrunk by like
it's like
maybe 25% or something.
Like,
he's fatter or something.
Yeah.
It's weird. It seems like in the olden times, when you went from 8 to 16-bit, like think of Metroid. Like Samus was huge on the screen. Mario stayed about the same. Simon Belmont was freaking huge in Castlevania 4. Like a lot of those games, the sprites got bigger. This game they got smaller. I'm not. I don't say one way is better or not. It's just interesting to me, but I don't know. I don't know. It won't be out till next year at least anyways at this point. But, I mean, it's Shovel Knight. If it gets good reviews, we'll see. As long as it's not Cadence of Hyrule, then okay.
Right.
And the last item on the news list here, Disney Classic Games Aladdin and the Lion King is coming out this October. This leaked at the GameStop Managers Conference or something, and then it was confirmed. You have instant save states. So you can just hit like L2 to save. You have a rewind button. Let's go back 15 seconds. There's also watch mode, which essentially you can watch the AI play through the game, and then you can kind of like Stadia. You can just push X and you jump in like right before he kills Jafar to beat the game, and then you think you quote unquote beat the game.
When you were talking about it, clearly you were talking about Aladdin, and I was picturing Lion King, and then you said right before he kills Jafar, and I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, what is this crossover? Also, the final cut of Aladdin is included. I don't really understand what this actually is.
I'm not sure.
Also, the trade show demo from 1993 you can play in this collection, which is kind of cool. This will be $29.99, like I said, out in October. Aladdin, you get the Genesis, Game Boy, and Super Game Boy versions of it. I didn't even know this game came out on Game Boy.
Me neither.
Lion King, you get the SNES, Genesis, Game Boy, and Super Game Boy Game Boy version. So you do not get the SNES version of Aladdin. And if you go back to youtube.com/2player co-op versus episode Aladdin SNES versus Genesis, you'll know why. No, but the real reason is all these other games were made by Virgin, and the Aladdin game on SNES was made by Capcom.
Yes.
Now you are stoked for this. You tweeted me immediately and said #Let's Play. Do you forget? Because I just watched. So the completionist Gerard just did a completionist episode on The Lion King.
Yep.
I forgot how difficult that game is. Watching him, remember you're riding the ostrich. You got to duck, jump, and do all this other stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that bad.
I didn't either. But watching him, I was like, I suck at video games.
I do remember that level being.
The stampede
like
was
bouncing.
The monkeys flip you all over the place.
Yeah, and you do something that changes which way the monkeys are throwing you or something. I don't remember it being that bad. I remember loving that game, and maybe it's just because I loved Lion King in general.
Music was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not that far off. When I think of like, maybe not so much as baby Simba, but when you're like adult Simba, that's right up there with Aladdin in terms of just beautiful, like the animation. I just remember looking so Genesis, fluid and smooth, and I can't wait for this. I'm pretty stoked for this.
I'm excited. I'm excited. You'll probably see a Let's Play here soon.
Yes.
Well, I mean, not soon.
Well,
next month.
Eventually.
Oh my God, we are 2.5 weeks away from Link's Awakening.
That is correct.
Oh, I didn't say that earlier. What the game I bought, the Hitman HD Collection, finally dropped in price from $60 to $23.99. And yes, I picked that joker up. Once I beat 3D Dot Heroes, I'm going to play me some Blood Money on PS4. I cannot wait. The Platinum looks doable. I think I'm going to have to go for the I'm not saying I'm going to get it before Link's Awakening, but I think I can beat that game, all the missions, blah, 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 and Silent Assassin ranking. Once I get the hang of it again, like, I put probably 50, 60 hours in that game on PS2.
Really?
Like, I was a master at it back in the day. Now, it'll take me a while to get my feet wet again, but I'm so excited that I got that. Absolution will be fun to go back and play it. I've still got it on my PS3, but I don't want to play my PS3. Like, that controller sucks. So, yeah, that was the game I'm looking forward to playing after I beat 3D Dot Heroes. And now the wrap-up. PS Plus games were announced for September. Arkham Knight and Darksiders 3. Man. Wow.
When Darksiders was on PS Plus,
you tried it.
Like
I never
a year
tried
or so
it.
ago.
Yeah.
It just seemed very blah to me. And maybe I didn't give it enough time, but it reminded me of like PS2, not graphics wise, but like Maximo. Just like run around and like I expected it to be more like Zelda-like, I guess, and this just seemed like run around and just and it just, I don't know, it didn't really. Now, to be fair, I only played it for like 20 minutes, but it didn't hook me, and that was that. But I'll try 3 also, and maybe it'll do it for me.
Are you going to do it? You borrowed
download it,
okay,
but I just don't know.
What's so frustrating is that like the gameplay and the story are so freaking good, except for when you're in that mother effing tank. Like,
I'm definitely going to try it.
If you put 3 to 4 hours in to where you get to the twist in the story, which you've probably already forgotten about, so I'm not going to say it. If you get to that point, you're going to go, what the hell? How is this happening? What is it? And it'll hook you for another 4 to 5 hours, and then it's like once you get to the back tank
this
fights,
far
it's
in.
like, okay, screw this. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to download it for sure.
James Solar will tweet you once this episode posts
and tell me how good the game is.
You gotta play. It's the best Batman game ever. I love you, James. Games with Gold were announced for September as well. The Xbox gets Hitman Season 1. We were here. And the Xbox 360 gets Earth Defense 2025 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. PlayStation gets a win. Ding.
I would give it to PlayStation. I could see an argument, maybe. But to me, yeah, PlayStation wins.
I mean, it's Arkham Knight. You could say Darksiders 3 without having played it, and Hitman Season 1 are on the same level. Arkham Knight, as well as it like, it's still better than the rest of that crap.
I think so, yes. But I could see people making an argument for Xbox. But yeah, I think PlayStation wins it.
Project Resistance was, there's a reveal coming September 9th at Tokyo Game Show. It's a new Resident Evil project. It looks like it's 4-player co-op kind of a game. I was going back and forth with Nick and Ernie and Melody on this. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Outbreak like they were talking about?
No.
I never played it. I heard the Umbrella Corps was one of the worst games ever made. That came out in 2016. It's like... I'm
an old school guy. I don't... Like Shovel Knight. Give me Shovel Knight 2. I don't need all these spin-offs.
Yeah, now, give us Resident Evil 8.
The King Quest.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get that. You were...
Yeah.
Your hands were tied. You had to do that. But, like, I don't want Shovel Knight Dig. I want Shovel Knight 2.
Dose.
I don't want whatever this is going to be. I want Resident Evil 8. And I want it to be like Resident Evil 7. Like,
I think we're getting it. I think it's...
They need to give me a new core Resident Evil game. Next time, give me a remake. Next time, give me the next... I just don't care about these spin-offs. Like,
I think it's...
And if you want to do this and it's like a different studio and it doesn't affect your schedule...
Exactly. That's what I think
knock yourself out. I don't care. But this better not delay Resident Evil 8.
No, I think this is a side project that Capcom's just publishing. They're not developing. I think it's going to go every 2 years. Like we got 2017 was 7. 2019 was 2. 2021 is going to be 8. 2023... if I get my way, it'll be 4 remake. But it's probably more likely that it's 3 make, but I would rather have it be 4. I just think that game is so close to perfect already. If you just nice fresh coat of paint and you get the controls from 2 remake, then 4 is perfect. Perfect.
I would like a Code Veronica remake. I
have no experience with that.
That game, it doesn't get a lot of love. I think that game is awesome.
No, I think it does. I think from the spin-offs. Oh, I was like, spin-off. I think a lot of people like that. And then there's Code
Veronica,
X.
Code Veronica X.
Okay.
X is what came out on the PlayStation.
Okay.
2. Veronica was on the Dreamcast. I almost said Dream Quest. I don't know what the difference is. I know X. There were issues with Code Veronica, and I don't remember what they were. And Code Veronica X fixed those.
Okay.
But I can't remember what the issues were. But yeah, X was definitely better. And that's the one I played.
X gave it to you?
X gave it to me.
Yakuza 7 was revealed, and for some reason it's now a turn-based battle system. Can you imagine if GTA 6 comes out and it's like menu-based? Can you imagine that? I don't know. People are not happy. They said, if this doesn't sell well, we'll look at going back to the old formula for Yakuza 8. Well, you're going to go back to the old formula. I don't understand this at all. I've never played a Yakuza game.
I haven't gotten into it,
like,
but yeah, what are you doing?
What the hell is wrong with you? Mario Kart Tour is releasing September 25th. I have pre-ordered it for free on my iPhone. Spider-Man has a game of the year. It's out now for $39.99. It includes all the DLC and all that fun stuff.
If you've somehow still not played this game,
buy the game.
What are you doing?
I saw God of War was on sale on Newegg this past week for $12.50. I'm like, what? Buy the game.
Yeah.
Mega Man Zero/ZX Collection is out in January. $29.99 coming out on PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC. You get Mega Man Zero 1 through 4, Mega Man ZX, and ZX Advent. Sean, I have never touched Mega Man Zero. Have you?
No.
He's got a sword?
I have no idea.
I don't get it. Some people are stoked, but I think a lot of people are kind of like me, and they're like, these were games. Like, I knew Zero was in Mega Man X. I didn't know he ever got his own game, so I don't know. And also, Death Stranding will have a first-person view, but it is not a first-person shooter. Thank you, Hideo. I don't know. Sean, did you know that it's time for the Did You Know section of the podcast?
Yep. That is correct.
Let's see here. What can I give you? Yep. All right. Mario, Metal Gear, Wario, and television. Kitty got wet.
Give me Wario. I'm intrigued.
Sean, did you know that Mario and Wario knew each other as kids?
I did not know that.
According to a Nintendo documentary, Wario is Mario's childhood friend who grew up with him and has the same plumbing skills. I've never known that Wario was a plumber.
Wario and Luigi Wario? Like, are they the Wario brothers?
Way, that was another thing. I didn't write it down. The Mario, Luigi Mario thing is not canon. They don't have last names. The Mario thing was either I think it was the Super Show that made that up, right?
Yeah.
It's not canon.
Oh.
I saw that and I was like, I thought it was Mario and Luigi Mario.
So
all we know in canon, all we know are their first names, Mario and Luigi.
I would have thought Wario was like created in a lab to be like the anti-Mario. Like,
what the hell's Waluigi?
I assume Waluigi is Wario's. Well, I don't know. Wario was Mario's friend. Yeah. I don't know.
So yeah, they knew each other as kids apparently.
Interesting.
And they trained at the same plumbing school. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 149. Thank you guys so much for being here. The next episode is 150. Stay tuned. It'll be fun.
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out before the next time. You can find us at nerd901.com. So go over there for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. They are connecting nerds around the Mid-South and the rest of the multiverse. Also, make sure you go to youtube.com/BrotherWithoutFear. Check out our brother from our other mother, Ernie. Ernie, he's over 35,000 subs. Like I said, he's kicking ass over there. Go check him out. Obviously, you can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at RealSeanWhite. Together, we're at 2player_co-op. Again, like I said earlier, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop to pledge your support for the brothers here at 2Player Co-op. We have a Twitch page at twitch.tv/2player_co-op. YouTube.com/2playercoop is where you should go to get all the fun things. We're going to get back to doing Let's Plays. Life has just been crazy here for the last month or so. We had a lot of fun doing Mario Mondays. I know Sean got.
I think we have one more episode in us.
Oh, God. The hero time makes me nervous.
It's not that bad.
Is it fun?
I think it's fun.
Oh, great.
It's not.
I still want to make. I want to make before we do this again. I'm just going to put it out there, so I have to do it. I want to finally go ahead and make It's All Pipes.
You should.
And I've got an idea for how to do it, but I need to do that. So we'll probably end Mario Maker at least. But I also thought we can just hook up to the internet out here if we move in there, and we can just do speedrun. It was fun. It'd be fun just go through some speedrun levels and cut it down. And
yeah, we don't need to keep making our own
each
levels.
Other's levels. Yeah. If you like audio, and I know Sean does,
I love audio.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and other audio services around
the multiverse.
We have a Facebook page we don't update, so don't worry about that.
We're down to 1 view instead of 5. It was 3, and then it was 5. Now it's 1.
Y'all are slacking.
Yeah.
Go to our page that we never updated, facebook.com/2playercoop gaming. Gosh. Idiot.
We'll probably get like 10 next week.
Eat your freaking dinner, Tina Ham.
Tina Ham.
That's it for 149. Come on back for next week for 150. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.
It ain't my bed. Lay me down. Are you around? So useless. Missed it. It ain't my fault. It ain't my style. It ain't my bird. No, it ain't my. Ain't my. Your time. You still run out of time. Ain't my. No time. It's still another time. Damn, while you around. My movement. Yeah, my fault. It ain't my call. It ain't my bird.